Marshmallow Fanboy here with another video review. This time I was at the comic book store, and you're going to hear that the next two reviews at least, because I got another figure. You know what? Let's open that one too. Let's put Mortal Kombat's Liu Kang right on the table next to Rorschach. So every once in a while they get inundated with toys, and of course instead of letting it build up or turn into a museum, they look to get rid of a bunch of stuff that isn't selling, so they have a little table. It's TC Rockets here in San Diego, if anybody's wondering. They'll put some stuff up on a table, like they have a bunch of pops, they'll say buy one, get one free. Or in this case, most of the figures on the table were just $10. So I grabbed two that I didn't have. The Liu Kang I grabbed because I love the style of the pants. They remind me of the Bruce Lee. I think it was Faces of Death, or I can't remember, the one where he fought Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but he was wearing those yellow pants. It's just a really cool sculpt. He looks just amazing. And of course, he fits in with the other McFarlane figures too, so that was a big selling point. For Rorschach, I wasn't collecting the Watchmen figures, and the only other figure they had was sort of the classic Night Owl, which doesn't look like the Night Owl from the movie. It's just sort of that one down in the corner. I'm like, pass. If they'd had some more of the main cast, Night Owl, Modern, Ozymandias, Silk Spectre, I would have picked those up. But Rorschach is cool. I like Rorschach a lot. Rorschach is he's not the reason I watch Watchmen, but he's super cool. I'm going to land on that. So this is the original package, Series 1 DC Direct package for Watchmen. You see the little DC Direct here. I'm not sure what the date is. Usually I look for a copyright date somewhere on here. No copyright date on this packaging at all. Super weird. Super weird. Of course, a little bit of a write-up about Watchmen in general. And, of course, that modern lineup right there. Series 2, of course, is the Night Owl and Comedian and all that good stuff. The sort of the old school team before they cut to several years later with the modern team. And of course, Dr. Manhattan never changes. Sides have Rorschach on them. Both sides. So they look good sideways on your bookshelf. Liu Kang. Mortal Kombat 11 on the side. On the back, really nice big picture. Would have been nice to have some artwork, but I do like the photographs. I mean, the photograph is good enough that it looks like artwork. Of course, he comes with nunchucks, which is very Bruce Lee, and he comes with the hands. The hands and the poses look very Bruce Lee. So I tell you what, let's get both of these very reasonably priced figures out. Let's take a closer look. Okay, now that I've got them out of the box, let's take a closer look. Let's start with Liu Kang. I took his hands off and I put the alternate hands on. The hands he comes with are the ones that hold the nunchucks. So I just went ahead and put the nunchucks in the hands to see if they went smooth. And they do, though they are stiff. They might knock the hands off getting them onto the hands. But if that's the worst thing that I can say about them, then we're doing good, because the nunchucks have a lot of great detail on them. The silver around it, I don't know if you can see that. Silver around the hilt. Bring that more into the light. There's a lot of silver detailing on there. Really nice McFarlane detailing. Liu Kang, I had trouble standing up, so I needed the figure stander upper. So it comes with a really nice background, a yellow Mortal Kombat background that complements him well. But the action figure stand was part of that display, and I had to tear that out to get to it. So I destroyed that. So let's go over to the articulation of Liu Kang. So let's start with the head. Head rotates all the way around. He can look down to an impressive degree. Let me raise the light up here and maybe, there we go. And he can look up. Not impressive. The hair gets in the way, but he can tilt back. There's a bit below his rib cage and his waist. It looks like he double bends. No, he bends here back and forward, and the waist the top twists. No, they both twist and they both bend. There we go. So butterfly joint for better articulation there. Ball and hinge joint all the way around. Bicep swivel. Double pin elbows, though I don't think he can. He's got the gauntlet here, so it doesn't go quite all the way around. Let's see if this one does it. No? Yeah, that one is it's the same. Okay. A lot of great detail. I love the sash. Let's see. The legs are standard McFarlane legs. They're not ball jointed. They have that weird sort of hinge joint. And the knees are double. Big double knees. Let's see if I can do this without breaking him. I don't know if that's as far as he goes. Yeah, I think that's about as far as he goes on both legs without, trying to break him or anything. It's a really good range of motion if you want him flying through the air or something like that. Hinge, a little bit of rock to him, and the toe joint. So that is Liu Kang. Liu Kang is an excellent addition. If I can get him to stand up and do some cool poses and put the nunchucks back on, that'd be super cool. But I'm really happy. I spent $10. I'm not a Mortal Kombat collector, although I have been getting the Spawn figures, some of them, 2 of them, and the Joker figure from Mortal Kombat. So that's not nothing. So let's go over Watchmen. Let's go over Rorschach. First, Rorschach comes with this super cool background in his box, which I was able to get out without messing it up. Let me add just for the noting it. The box was already open. The tape was slit. Everything was nicely in there as though it were in there all along, but the band that goes across Rorschach wasn't secured in the back, and the gun and his fist were just sort of free in the package, but they were secure against it, so it was not a big deal. Somebody opened it and either maybe displayed it or maybe did an action figure review and then put it back real careful, but it was still worth $10. You can make that determination for yourself. It also came with this little piece that I had no idea what to do with. It looks like a hinge. It has sort of like, has different sizes in it, but I couldn't figure out what it goes to. There's no instructions on the box. There's nothing inside the box to tell me, and maybe the instructions were removed. And he also comes with a fist, and the fist is probably the fist and the gun are kind of the only options you have with this figure, because he's almost 0 for articulation. So the parts that did come taped were these little squares on the bottom have the pegs through them, and they came separate. Everything came open like this one did, and you had to poke the peg through. So each one of these probably pops right back out if you give them enough pressure. You can hear that click. I'm not going to. It's nice looking. But the figure itself, the legs only rotate. He's got a thigh swivel. You can see that his legs end right under the trench coat. So there's no torso to connect to. Also, no twist in the waist. He's a statue. You can bend his arm, but only so much. That's about it, I think. Looks like that seam completes. As for this, you could take the gun out of his hand, put the fist here, and then he's just walking towards you with his fist balled. You can move the head. Oop, bump the camera. But that's all the head does. There's no tilt to it, so he's either like this or he's way like that. Yeah, no swivel, no way to sort of do anything different with him. He just, see if the arms even go all the way around. Yep, the arms go all the way around. So I think with Rorschach he has 1, 2, 3, 4, because the hands will rotate because they come out. 4, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points of articulation. So he's I don't know. It was worth it for $10. It was worth it for $10. Would I have gotten it for more? Back when it came out, I might have. Back when I didn't know it was a statue. But actually, it's very kind of perfect that it came out. I did this with a McFarlane figure because McFarlane figures were like this when they first came out. They were, except for maybe the first Spawn wave, but a lot of his figures were statues with limited articulation, but they looked amazing. Like the sports line that he's coming out with pretty soon. Those looked amazing, but no articulation. So I am going to say that it was worth getting. If you're a fan of Watchmen, chances are you already have it. If you're not already a fan, then pass. But Liu Kang would absolutely look good on your shelf with some of the other figures, maybe Liu Kang versus Batman or something else. So yeah, until next time, enjoy your toys.